everybody, NJ here. I want to share with you a book that I read that I absolutely love and have gotten so much value out of. The book is called The Four Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin. And the quick summary is that the book is about 4 categories of personality types that people fall into, depending upon how they respond to internal or external expectations. So an internal expectation is something that is solely that we place on ourselves, something that we want to change. Going to the gym more often, staying off Facebook, something like that. An external expectation is something that someone else is asking us to do. A boss, spouse, co-workers, friends, family, anybody external that is asking us to do something. And so there are 4 categories, and the first one is upholder. Upholders, they just, whatever is asked of them or whatever they want to do, they just pretty much do it. Obligers resist internal expectations, but they're pretty easy. They pretty much fulfill anything that's an external expectation. Questioners, they resist both inner and outer until it makes sense to them. So they'll resist it and ask all kind of questions. And if it makes sense to them, they're good, they're going to do it. If it feels arbitrary to them or they are not in agreement, they won't do it. They'll resist doing it. And the 4th category is rebels. Rebels resist all expectations, internal and external. I am a rebel when I put something on a to-do list, or if I set something as like concrete goals and planning and stuff like that, I totally resist it. And so those 4 categories, by understanding the categories, it gives you some strategies in order to get yourself to do things. So somebody who is an obliger who might struggle with taking care of themselves. They're great at taking care of everybody else, but when it comes to their personal health or something like that, they might really struggle, or their business. And so the book gives you strategies for, depending upon which category you fall into, what to do. And I have found it as a rebel, it's been extremely valuable to me because I was resisting everything. And I joined this mastermind that was very productivity focused, and it was very, very structured. And I have to say it was the least productive year of my life. And I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. Once I read this book, it all made sense that the strategies that were being employed work for an obliger, but for me as a rebel, it like turned on my rebellious nature, and I like dug in and I got nothing done. But now I understand what's going on, and I have some strategies in order to engage myself in a way that I want to get things done and I actively make progress. And another way that it has helped is just understanding other people. So my husband is a questioner. And so now I understand that when he ignores something that I ask him to do, it's not because he doesn't respect me. It's because he's a questioner and he thought it was arbitrary. And that's what questioners do. But by me taking the extra time to make sure that he understands that a request is not arbitrary, he does it without any problem whatsoever. And so now we have a dialogue that he understands as a questioner, what he needs, and I understand what he needs. He understands as me as a rebel that he can't just ask me to do something and expect me to do it because I'm going to resist. So instead, he employs strategies that work for rebels in order to get me to do it. So if you are somebody who either you yourself struggle to get things done, or there are people in your life that you struggle to get them to do things, I highly recommend you pick up this book. If you don't have time to read it, you can go on YouTube. She's got a lot of videos that goes into details about the 4 tendencies, just to give you a little bit more meat. Certainly, the more you dig into it, the more value you'll get. And if you do a Google search for Four Tendencies test, it'll take you to her website where you can take the test to find out which tendency you are, because you might be able to figure it out, but you might be wrong. So it's always good to take the test. It only takes like 5 minutes, but of course you'll end up on her list. Any of you that has read the book, please comment below. I would love to hear if you got as much out of the book as I did. That's it. Bye.